Okay, don't care for that too much. Okay, time to bat down the hatches. All of a sudden, everything is just covered in freaking snow, man.
Check out my view this morning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm out hiking to a lake in the backcountry. I spend the night up near that lake. We'll see what's available, although given the conditions, I have a feeling that we're not going to have a hard time finding availability of campsites. Officially, we're still in the fall, but make no mistake, these are blustery winter conditions. We are well below freezing, and it's only going to get colder. Personally, I'm looking forward to this. I love a good cold weather camp. For people who live in cold weather climates, I'm sure you're no stranger to complaining about the weather with your friends and loved ones. While I like to embrace that pastime as well, I also like to embrace the weather and the outdoors in these conditions. I'm also going to be doing something a little different today. Done it once before. I've got a very interesting looking tent from TEMU to try out. So I'll be camping overnight in that. I've also got some, I'll say interesting pieces of gear to try out. Some of them are quite ordinary. Some of them are, well, let's just say unique. TEMU did send me this stuff for free, and they asked me to let you guys know that if you click the link below, you can get access to a $100 coupon bundle for free. If you enter my special code, then you can get all of the TEMU items that I used in this video for simply $1. And yeah, I had to stop to let you know that because look where we're at. All right, we're almost there. I'm about to hike up on top of this hill and claim my camp spot. Fingers crossed, still available. Woo, Nelly. Okay. The wind is absolutely freaking insane. So kicking off the old TEMU haul here, we're gonna start with a tent. Woo! All right, so you can see it's kind of a big body for a backpacking tent. I was originally planning on going down, doing like a 6-hour drive into eastern Kentucky and doing like a multi-night backpacking trip with this stuff. As I kind of eyeballed everything out, I thought I might be biting off more than I could chew. This stuff is backpackable, but I'm not super familiar with it, so I chose to come to a place that is a little bit more familiar to me. So you can see, kind of big here, but it's not very heavy. It's genuinely not very heavy. So anyway, let's get this thing open and throw it up. So this is a pop-up tent, and I did set it up in my living room, and that's about it. So we're doing this together, guys. Okay, the gusts were absolutely insane. I'm not camping up there. We're gonna give this other spot a try. It's kind of down in a little bit of a valley next to a river over here, a very small river. Always wanted to camp there and just never actually did a camp at that location, so we're gonna try it for today. I'm carrying the tent with me. It's kind of a bear to get it back into this backpack, and hopefully I remember. I will explain to you why. Whew. Okay, well, we're getting there. It's kind of exhausting filming everything, but if I don't do that, I don't have a video. Just a little bit around the bend, across the stream, crossing a little handmade log bridge, crossing another little campsite here. Whoa! Yeah, so I was talking to the camera, and I just missed being able to shoot a blue herring, which is why I got this thing on me in the first place, and why I got it easy to access. But you know, hey, you win some, you lose some. On the positive side, how pretty is that view? There's nothing wrong with this spot. This is an absolutely gorgeous location. Unlike the lake up there, I got some nice flowing water to get access to. It's gonna be a great spot. Let's get that tent set up. Oh. Now, the reason that I had a hard time getting it back into this backpack, I'll explain more about the backpack a little bit in a little bit, but basically this takes up like the entire length of the backpack, so I put this in and then I build everything around it. So then when I remove the tent, everything just kind of collapses towards the middle naturally. So I would have had to take every single thing back out of the backpack and repack everything. So it was just easier to carry the tent. I wanted to make sure I explain that before I get too much further into the video. Okay. I can even hear birds chirping, so maybe I will get some of that wildlife that I'm hoping to capture on camera. All right, now I did this before. Okay, yep. Just got to fiddle with it, and then it all kind of just sort of snaps into place like this. Okay, I mean that's pops up pretty easily. There's no pushing holes through anything. You gotta push down on it. Okay, so off camera I just had a little mini meltdown because I couldn't get the tent to pop into place. Don't mind me. I just took a moment, let out some stress. So yeah, all I had to do was this. Bada bing. Now the tent is freestanding, it's holding its shape. All right, so we got this bag here. It comes with these very basic, very thin shepherd's hooks. Obviously these are not the highest quality thing, but you know, they'll work fine. And then it comes with some guy lines with some of those little adjustable dealies. I'm gonna finish getting everything set up because I'm not exactly sure right where I'm gonna wanna set the tent up. But it does have some nice little hard plastic stakeout points. And then we can kind of tie these up with these little loopy dealies here on the bottom. I like the feature. I wish it wasn't on the bottom like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish it was somehow up on the top or on the side. We do have a ton of mesh here, so for a very low-cost tent, I love seeing a lot of mesh on the tent, so that's nice. And then we've got this little windows on each side. They kind of come up here. So we're not projected to get any rain, although I probably will set these down when I go to bed just because I want to block out the wind and stuff. Although it's just like noticeably warmer in this little valley, and the wind is just, you can hear it whooshing through the trees and stuff, but I'm just really protected down here. This is a killer spot. I need to come back here and do a proper hot tent. If you want to see me come back to this spot and do a hot tent camp, please let me know in the comments. All right, so there you go. I'm inside. You got this mesh, and then all the way back over here, you got another one symmetrical on the other side. The doors are also symmetrical. You've got a little handy little mesh pocket. And I never use that type of stuff. And then you got this teeny rain fly. And I think that's just because water will pool here. It's probably not the most waterproof surface. But this just goes up like this. And then goes into this little loop with a hook right here. Hopefully you can see that okay. Just a little elastic band with a plastic hook here. Goes on that thing like that, bada bing. Okay, then we get it on this side, get over to this side. That's on there pretty good and taut. So, is it great? Will it work? Is it totally waterproof? We don't know. But it is installed. All right, so we got this thing here. This is like a foam sleeping mat. So this one is from TEMU as well. And then it's got like a nice reflective cover to reflect your body heat back to you. Comes with a couple little elastic straps here. Keep it in place. Now it is winter time, so this is not going to be completely sufficient for us. It'll be quite helpful though. So I'll go ahead and get this placed in there. Okay. Move the backpack over. Who knows? It might be possible. It might be possible to sleep on this thing. I don't think it would be on its own. It would be super comfortable. It would be a big improvement over sleeping on the ground. That is for sure. So I've got a sleeping bag, a pillow, and a sleeping mat. These are not from TEMU. You see me use them on the channel a ton of times. I'm just gonna get them set up for now. There's my bed all sorted out. So this is a chair that I got from my previous TEMU collaboration. And it is a decent backpacking chair. If you want to learn more about that, you can check my other video out, which I will link in the description for you. But yeah, this is a good chair, and I've just kind of held on to it because it's a good working chair. Not too shabby. All right, so I've got this little cook system here. So we'll go through everything that's in this guy here. Got a little mesh bag. That'll basically sit like that, and then the mesh bag can go on top of it. This is kind of like a little bowl, or you could use it as a cup or whatever. But you can also use it as a lid for the pot. So came with this little orange case for a little backpacking stove here. We're going to use this in just a second. A little towel. I don't know if I will actually use this, but it comes with it. It's nice and soft. Comes with a little collapsible spoon, fork, which is definitely cool. That locks it into place like that. I've got one of those backpacking spoons, so I'll probably use that instead. But this is neat. And then the pot itself has like a rubber handle, so does the lid. What is a win about this is it is the correct size to fit your gas can in. Nothing drives me crazier when people make a stove like this and you can't fit the can in there. Drives me nuts. Hopefully you can see that. It does come with a little self-igniter there. We'll see if these things don't always work the best for me, in my opinion. So I usually bring a lighter as well. Should always probably bring a lighter just because it's kind of crucial to starting a fire if you want to have a campfire. Let's see what this thing does here. There we go. All right. Jeez, are you serious? Okay, don't care for that too much. I don't know what the heck is going on, but that is definitely happening. Hey everybody, this is Editing Sam here. I'm pretty sure what was happening was I was tilting the can over to the side, and that's what was causing it to erupt into flame like that. I'm not super experienced with those things, so if you think you know for sure, sound off and let me know in the comments. I'll be honest, if you watch my channel, you see that I don't use these things very often. I don't like these things. I don't know what the heck is going on with them. They always make me nervous that they're going to blow up or something. I do not like that. We're going to go ahead and get a fire going, and then we'll just cook on the fire. Next, we're going to be using this thing. There's the saw. Check that bad boy out. It's cool looking. You can see the teeth on it. So this is from TEMU, and that is gnarly looking. It's got a little handle that detaches like that, so you can swap the blade out. But yeah, it's got a case. It doesn't fold or anything like that, so yeah. But the blade has a nice little handy belt buckle on it. You just kind of weave your belt in one and out the other, so you can carry it on your belt if you want. I'm not going to do that, but it is there. Yeah, so this is the nice thing about going to kind of less popular camping destinations, you know, just kind of off trail in a state forest. You got a ton of these firewood, deadfall, just hanging all over the place. Wow. Wow, I'll be doggone. I will be doggone. All right, here's a nice big chunky piece of wood. I'm gonna cut this in real time, not speeding up or anything, just so you can see kind of how fast it goes, and then I'll show you sort of the diameter. Wow. I mean, there's my finger, so you can kind of see. But I mean, that's a reasonably, I mean, that was done in seconds. This is a brand new saw, so that might be part of it, but I'll be doggone, it cuts fast. These leaves out of the way. Can't get them all exactly, but get most of them here. Okay, so starting to get a bit dark here. So this is the next item. Comes in this little case. Little carabiner in case you want to hang it on something. This thing is interesting. I'll say that. Little battery pack on the back. That's the button to turn it on and off. Little power indicator light. So it's 3 modes. Bright, less bright, and flashing. Can't even see me. Sorry if I'm blinding you. There's without the light. And then there is the light. I mean, it's a wide beam. So it doesn't matter. Every inch of my peripheral is covered in light. I can just see everything basically. All right, hopefully you can see that okay. I've had to kind of finagle the wood a little bit there. I don't want to burn these handles. I might give this cook set away to someone, or who knows, I might keep using it. I don't know if I have actually something quite exactly like this. I don't know if you can see in there. We're just starting to get some little bubbles. So I did pull this out of the river. It is nice and clear, but I want it to boil. So we're gonna leave that on there. Hopefully get that to boil. Nice big chunk here. Okay. Yep. That is what I needed to do there. Unfortunately, you can see the flames like licking this thing. It hasn't melted it yet, but I gotta be careful about that. Okay. Okay, well, I just realized that microphone was unplugged, for crying out loud. You're probably going to see a musical montage at this point. Yeah. I think I talked to you about all this already. Just in case I didn't. One of the other items is a long-handled titanium spoon. No interesting, crazy features about it. It's just very affordable and very useful. Very lightweight. Been great for eating. I ate all that food. I talked to you about it, and lost all the footage, so it was very good. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. It rehydrated really well. I also wanted to ask you guys, are you liking the longer or shorter videos? Some people have been asking me to make them shorter. I initially started making them kind of longer just because some people were asking me to make them longer, so I don't know what people want. You let me know. Give me sound off. I want to hear a variety of opinion. What do you like? Do you like the longer video? Do you like the shorter video? And how long? What's your ideal length? 20 minutes, 45 minutes, what are an hour? What is it? I wanted to show this. I showed it off earlier. This is another one of my items. It is a cup from Boundless Voyage. That's the thing. You will totally see brands on Temu that you recognize. Sometimes you'll see random stuff and it's amazingly cheap. You'll also see brands that you know and are familiar with. So I also realized I forgot to do this. Cheers, everybody. Trying this out. I've done it a couple times before. It's wine in a can, and it's great for backpacking. You don't need that much of it. I don't need a 6-pack. 1 or 2 of these, it's plenty. Have a little bit of that there. Cheers, everybody. Pinot Noir. Yep, and it's snowing. I didn't talk about this either, did I? The trail runners. Okay, I have been experimenting with trail runners instead of hiking boots a little bit. Essentially, what the whole thing comes down to is that waterproof hiking boots are great as long as you don't get water on the inside of them. If you do, it can take days for them to dry out. Trail runners dry extremely quickly. However, if you barely even get your foot into some water, your feet are going to be wet. Your socks are going to be wet for sure. In hindsight, I don't know what I was thinking putting these trail runners on. Yeah, because my socks are wet. I got a spare pair to change into, so before I get into the sleeping bag, I'll go ahead and do that. And then I wanted to say about that saw, hopefully I have the footage from that and it's all good, but that saw I'm genuinely really impressed with. A lot of this stuff is, it's cheap. You're getting what you're paying for. I wouldn't expect world-class gear, but it's absolutely worth the money that it costs. I will say that. But the saw, I'm actually pretty impressed. I went ahead and processed up myself some starter firewood for the morning. Woo! Goodness sakes. Okay. Time to batten down the hatches. There is some crazy wind and snow coming in here. Doggone. Jeez Louise. Woo! I might have to just get into the doggone tent. This is crazy. All of a sudden, this just came out of nowhere. Alright, time to get the other window down. And you think I was going to just leave this open like a moron. All of a sudden, everything is just covered in freaking snow, man. For crying out loud. Oh man, this is wild all of a sudden. Oh, dude. For crying out Pete's sake. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Ah. That just popped up and kind of came out of nowhere like that. Oh man. Quick little snowstorm. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna lay down for a second. Can you even see? Can we even see what's going on? Got my wine. Oh, goodness sakes. I don't know. I was going to get back up. I was going to build a fire back up. Kind of some stuff I wanted to do tonight still, but I don't know. I'm feeling nice and warm in this sleeping bag and just kind of comfortable. Listening to a podcast. This is cozy winter camping. I've been getting spoiled on doing hot tent camping because if I was in my hot tent right now, it'd be 50, 55 degrees in here probably. I just checked the weather. It sounds like we're going to get some more snow in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see if I feel like getting up and filming anything or if I just feel like checking out until the morning. But yeah, if I don't film anything else, thanks for watching this far. And stay tuned in the morning because I got something very interesting for breakfast. All right. Good night, everybody. I realized that when I had the microphone disconnected and I lost some footage, at least I lost the audio on the footage. I didn't talk about this thing. It's a water filter. I didn't actually use it. I was planning on doing like a real backpacking trip, which you can still boil water when you do that as well. What's cool about this is that the threads on the inside of this are, made, I guess, I don't know how to say it. They're made to fit the threads of a smart water bottle. Not only a smart water bottle, most water bottles follow like a uniform thread pattern. So you can screw the bottle onto this. And bada bing, now it's on there. So then you push the water through there that way. Through hikers have been doing this for a very long time, but the idea is you take a filter like this and then you take 2 of these water bottles. Smart water bottles are very popular for doing this with. But you can use any water bottle. And what you do is you take one and you mark it in some way, generally. Maybe a magic marker or something. But one is for dirty water and one is for filtered water. So you put this filter on it and then you squeeze the water out of this bottle and then you squeeze it into your clean water bottle. And then you grab another liter of dirty water to go. That way you have 2 liters of water on you each time you leave a water source. These filters, not only do they remove bacteria, which is the same thing that boiling the water does, removes like bacteria and parasites and stuff like that. This actually removes sediment as well. So boiling does not do that. You have to strain the water if you boil it. The water looked really, really clear, and I knew I was going to boil it anyway. And also, I didn't realize how cold it was going to be when I started putting this trip together. So if I got water on the inside of this filter, and it's going to be as cold as it is tonight, then you got to worry about the water inside of the filter freezing. So I don't want to deal with all of that, and then deal with it thawing and melting water and dripping inside the tent and stuff. So I'm just telling you about it and what it's used for, and it's one of my items. So check the links. Okay. Good night.
I went to sleep last night, and I decided to leave the door open on this side with just the screen closed. Everywhere else was closed. I just left the screen open on this side. And no snow got in or anything, but check out my view this morning.
good dead standing here. Gonna go over the backpack for you real quick. Now this says 90 liter. I'm a little skeptical about that, but I think it has to do with the fact that they're counting the space on the lid. So there is a lid pocket where you can fit a bunch of extra stuff. There's a big back pocket where you can fit a bunch of stuff. A sleeping bag compartment that's accessible from the outside, and it is completely separate, so you cannot join it unless you were to cut this material out here. A couple of water bottle pockets on the outside. These are a bit tight, if I'm being honest. If you're using a smart water bottle like me, it's fine. If you're using a Nalgene, you can see that is tight. I don't have a Nalgene with me. I think you could probably get one in, but you would need to put the water bottle in first and then pack the backpack. A couple of straps up here on the very top too, so you can put a tarp or something small up on the top, clothing. Now, one thing I will say about this backpack is that it is absolutely frameless, as you can see. So, this is a choice that some backpackers make. I've never been a big fan of it. I like the frame. I don't mind a little bit of extra weight, but some people really, really want to go that ultra light configuration. What I typically do is I put a cutting board into the hydration sleeve in the back. However, this one doesn't have a hydration sleeve. It is just open compartment, as you can see. Hopefully you can see that in there. I can't see the screen exactly that great, but let's get this over here. Inside there, I can't really show you that well, but it is just one big open compartment. I still put a cutting board in there, and you can kind of just pack things in a way where, you know, it has a little bit more structure to it. That's a call for you. You got to make that call on whether you want a frame or not. I typically go with the framed backpack. However, this thing is incredibly inexpensive, and it does hold enough gear to go camping for a couple of nights. It's a decent backpack for the money, you know. Don't go seriously well out into the wilderness with this thing. All right, we've got something very interesting today. I have a Patreon subscriber, goes by the name of Handsome Devil. He sent me a box of these, so I haven't used a ton of them, just a few of them in episodes here and there, so I'm using them sparingly so they last for a while. This is a Japanese breakfast, freeze-dried. Miso salmon okayu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's Japanese breakfast of salmon, tofu, vegetables, and rice in a miso broth. So that doesn't exactly sound like breakfast to me. We're gonna go ahead and have it for breakfast because it says breakfast on it. Add 1.5 cups, it says. So we're just gonna eyeball that out. And that just is what it is. And if it's soupy, it'll be soupy. And if it's thick, it'll be thick. Smells really good. Seal that puppy up and we'll let it sit for a little bit. I am going to use the little cup that it comes with. Have myself an instant coffee here. Bada bang. A little piece of a leaf in there. It's all right, that's camping. Cheers, everybody. Oh, okay, that's too hot. We'll drink it later. Let that cool down. It doesn't exactly look like the most appetizing, but it's genuinely really good. Woo! Okay. A little closer. Fishy. All right, everybody. That was a fun one. Got to try out a bunch of new gear. Got to spend a night out in the woods. Got some good snow. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Got everything packed up. Got my fire all out here. Campsite's all clean. I'm ready to head on down the trail. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. We're going to catch you on the next one, everybody. Bye.